Zach Sang and the gang.
Zach Sang and the gang, we're hanging out in the studio with Cole Plante.
No, Chloe, you're right. No.
Oh, God, I was so nervous. Not Planet, Plante.
Plante.
Hello, sir.
Hello, how are you doing?
I'm fantastic. I just saw you Friday night at Demi Lovato's show, which I could not stay for because I had to be on the radio, but I saw you DJing the VIP party.
You got the most important part right there.
I did. You are currently on tour with Demi Lovato.
That is correct.
So
Whole Neon Light store.
So you are the DJ, not only for the VIP party, but you're also on stage with her. You do, like, before she comes out. You kind of do a little bit of everything.
Yeah, so I do a special VIP party before the show. Doors open for an hour. In between the acts with Collins the magician, and then I go on stage with Demi.
How crazy is that magician dude?
He's insane. I've seen some of his card tricks, up close, not even just the stage tricks, and he's so talented. So
do you know, like, be real right now, because you're on tour with him. Do you know how he does his tricks?
I still don't know. You didn't see me, but I'm on stage.
I didn't see him.
So I'm on stage every time he does the tricks.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of like just looping the music the whole time, so I can't see what he's doing like full on. So I still don't know. So
tell me, you really are? Would you consider yourself like an EDM artist?
Yeah, it's just more maybe so an electronic artist because I'm kind of like dabbling in film scoring type of things. I'm dabbling in like down tempo, not necessarily just dance tempos, and EDM's an interesting word. It's something that's like kind of debated with a lot of other artists and DJs, producers, because it's still electronic music. A lot of them don't like the word EDM, but for me, it's just another word to describe the music. Yeah. But yeah, I would consider myself for sure.
Very cool. So, because I was watching you on Friday, you had to talk to the microphone. I was like, oh my God, I feel like you feel so uncomfortable having to make announcements. Go to the bathroom right now, wait online, and that's how you'll get in to see Demi Lovato.
Yeah, so during an actual show, like one of my own shows, you would not be seeing me. Oh, I speak.
Do you speak?
Yeah, for sure. I speak, introduction, I'll like hype the crowd up, so, put your hands up. Yeah, this is a new song I'm playing. Yeah. This is a new exclusive, that type of thing. But definitely won't be announcing type of announcements for the room there.
The bathroom, line up at the bathroom right now?
Yeah, so, that's why the store is it's different, and it's definitely a challenge because it's kind of puts me out of my element. I'm in my element.
And you have to be a real personality, too.
Yeah, Collins does that pretty well, but obviously when I'm on stage, too, doing the hour when doors open, I gotta be, like, exuberant and be like, hey guys, welcome to the Neon Light store. And it's cool because it actually helps me practice my personality.
Very cool. So, like, what is a show, like a live show just for you? Just walk me through it.
Yeah, so usually it's at a club for the most part.
So it's not at a Demi Lovato show.
Yeah, so first step, it's 21 and over type of club. So, I got escorted into the venue, and soon after I get kicked out as soon as I'm done.
Yeah.
But there'll be an opening act, or I'll be the opening act, and I'll be playing. And if I'm the opening act, I'll kind of build the energy up, start out nice and vibey, kind of peak it, and then bring it back down right before the headliner. That's what an opener should always do for a headline DJ. And if I'm headlining, then, I'll definitely go all out, play really just banging awesome music.
That's awesome.
And then if I close the night out, then I'll bring it back down. And then, obviously, once I'm finished, I'm kicked out.
And you're 17.
I'm 17, correct.
So young.
Yeah, I did my first show when I was 14 at a club. Yeah. Like my first ever huge show in the Rain nightclub in Las Vegas. And it was pretty massive. It was like 3,500 people. And
that's wild.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah, it was cool because I was the youngest DJ to perform in Vegas at that point. There's probably some sort of 11-year-old now. Who knows? But
come on,
at a major
let's call
club.
BS on that one.
Yeah. No name calling out
BS
here.
For you. It's totally cool. So, okay, just can you walk me through your whole story? Because I find it really interesting, and that's kind of why I wanted to get you in here after we met on Friday, because I feel like you have a really great story. Just walk me through it.
Yeah, so
how do you find out that you wanted to do music? How do you want to? Because I feel like just talking to you on Friday, I didn't feel like being a DJ and doing electronic music was kind of, it's not your only passion, right? You were telling me scoring, you were working on Disney movies. Walk me through everything, please.
Yeah, so music in general, it's always kind of been a part of me ever since I've been growing up. I've been surrounded by musicians and producers, and I've been playing piano since 7, trombone, guitar, bass, all that, instruments, lots of instruments. But
Crazy.
I started DJing 4.5 years ago, and for me, it was really a way to help out my family. You know, we were kind of struggling with money at that point, so I really wanted to kind of help us out in terms of like, you know, job, something like that. You know, I thought maybe, hey, I could play parties, I could play like
You do some weddings.
Yeah, weddings, bar mitzvahs from where I live, lots of those. And I was like, yeah, you know, I could do this, help out my family and stuff. And from there, it kind of turned into a passion. I really wanted to pursue it as a career, and it kind of just took off. You know, a year or so after that, that's when I did my first like major show with Paul Oakenfold, who, you know, he kind of brought me on tour with him, and he really kind of like jump started my career. Thankfully, he like opened a lot of doors for me.
Yeah.
And yeah, you know, that's just how it started. And obviously, it's a huge passion. I didn't just do it because I wanted to make the money for my family.
It started as a passion.
Yeah.
And then it became a way to live. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
exactly. Like now, it's like the only thing I could see myself doing. But as well as doing that, I want to go into film scoring, and I want to be like producing for other people as well.
Yeah.
And film scoring is something I really have been wanting to do for a long time. I'm a huge fan of like Trent Reznor, you know, did Social Network film score.
Yeah.
9 Inch Nails, obviously. For those who don't know, Trent Reznor, badass guy. And guys like Joseph Trapanese, who worked with Daft Punk on Tron Legacy. I've actually had a chance to talk to them and work with some of them as well.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so it's incredible for me. And I want to go to college for it as well.
So you do want to go to college?
I want to go to college. I want to go to USC.
Do you think it's going to hold you back?
No, I don't think so. You know, I think, for instance, right now I'm in high school still. I'm a junior. And obviously it hinders being able to work on music 24/7.
Yeah.
But I think it is important to kind of be that role model, and they're saying, hey, look, I'm still in school. I'm still balancing this career. Because I still think school is very important and something that you should definitely, like, do and finish out.
Exactly.
At least high school, you know.
Oh, yeah.
You know, there's so many stories of people who don't go to college. Yeah. But for what I want to do, college is kind of important.
Yeah,
Film scoring, you
need to have some, like, I mean, at least
yeah.
validation.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
you need to have some sort of validation, especially being my age right now. Like, you know, there's a lot of people who are like, oh, you're 17, you can't be, like, that great or anything.
Exactly.
Because you're 17, you're so young. So I definitely need something to help validate.
You need a combo of things to validate yourself.
Yeah, exactly. And, you know, DJing, producing, you never know what's going to happen. So definitely film scoring I always want to have as, like, a permanent career.
So let me just, like, let's recap this. So really, in your life and in your plan, you have 3 things going on.
Mm.
You want to score for movies.
Correct.
You want to become your own artist.
Mm-hmm.
And you want to produce for other artists.
Yes.
Those are 3.
And at the moment, it'll fall off, obviously, once I finish it, but school.
And school.
And marching band. And
You
track.
still want to do marching band
I'm
and
in marching
track.
band right now, man.
You
Yeah.
need to leave marching band and track, I think. You need to...
marching band's a very vital part of it because it helps with that, like, classical training.
Are
in a
you the
sense.
best one on your marching band?
Well, I'm second chair for trombone, which, for people who know, that means second best.
Who's the best? Who's better than you at trombone?
My friend Tommy. So my friend Tommy just got a shout out on the radio, but he is definitely the best. He's awesome.
So you want to keep doing track? That's a lot of stuff to tackle.
Yeah, it definitely is.
How do you have time to do it all?
I don't have time to do it all. No, seriously, I don't though. I kind of base the first half of my day around the music, not the music, the school and all that.
Yeah.
And then the second half is all music.
Are
Second half going to like 4 a.m. type of status.
Are you afraid that there's going to come a point, right? And you're going to have to sit down, you're really going to have to prioritize things. You're going to have to sit down and say, this is something I want to do, I don't want to do this, I'm down for this, yes to this.
Yeah, I've really started doing that actually definitely recently with, for instance, like the track and the marching band and everything. Because obviously now the career's going even higher up than it's been going the past 2 or 3 years. And yeah, I'm probably going to have to drop something, you know, but... Because I'm obviously not going to run, like, in the Olympics for track and field. I mean, come on.
Well, I feel like that's super hard because I went through the same thing.
Mm.
You said you performed your first major club when you were 14. Started my first radio show when I was 13 years old. And I went through high school, and I used to do everything. I started high school being that guy, right? You know that guy who's a member of every club.
He's doing AP.
Yeah, I was getting A's. I was a member of this club. I was the president of that club. And I wanted to do this, I wanted to do that. And then as my radio show started taking off and I started to get, more traction, and started on a few networks, I sat down, I did exactly what you're going to have to do. I sat down, I was like, I prioritized myself. I said, maybe being the president of Video Club is not super important right now.
Yeah.
So maybe I should step back from that, and maybe taking like 2 or 3 AP classes junior year isn't the best thing that I should do.
Yeah.
And then it came to the point where I sat down and I did a semester of college, and I tried to work really hard while doing college. And I was just like, I stepped back and I was like, one of these is going to suffer, whether it's going to be college or my career.
Yeah.
Which one is more rare and more unique, and which one is the lifetime, like the chance of a lifetime? And I said, my career. So I left college.
Yeah.
Dude, it was so hard.
I can imagine.
Dude, like, it was so challenging. Does that frighten you? Does that frighten you, the fact that you're right now on tour and all your friends are hanging out in high school, living their lives, doing their thing?
Sort of, kind of. You're actually the first person who's ever touched on that in terms of this prioritizing and what you just said.
Because I went through it. A lot of people don't go through that.
Yeah, I mean, where I'm at in my career is sort of a amplified high school decision. Once in high school, when you get to that junior, senior time, I'm a junior right now, you kind of realize, okay, why am I taking 5 or 6 APs? I'm never going to touch them in my career. Like, I'm passionate, say, for instance, I'm a random student. I'm passionate in science. Why am I doing A-Push? Why am I doing, like, all this random, like, English and history stuff if I want to pursue science? And for me, you can almost say the music career is that thing I want to focus on. So I'm not going to go focus on, like, the sciences and the histories and everything. And for me, I'm not going to focus on, like, the track and the marching band as much. And it's a hard choice. It's obviously a very, very hard choice because I'm really passionate about them as well. But I know the music's what's going to be my actual career, so I really got to put the time and focus into that.
Dude, there was a point, right, where I was like, I'm not going to do radio anymore. I just want to go to college. I just want to do the normal routine. And then somebody sat me down and they said, it was a friend of mine who, she's on a few TV shows. She sat me down and she said, 1, Zach, you have an opportunity of a lifetime, and 2, you're really fucking good at being on the radio. Yeah. So if you leave it behind now, people are going to be missing out and you're screwed.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? So it's like, you're super talented. You don't want to let it go to waste.
Yeah, and a lot of times, as you know, probably there's like one opportunity. You miss an opportunity, you don't get a second
don't come
chance.
back.
Yeah, they don't come back. And that's definitely something that it's been probably the biggest part of my like struggle/balance for the past couple of years. Because if it just, for instance, if I just randomly take off on a massive level, then something will need to be dropped off. That I'm trying.
You have
to
make a choice.
Right now. Yeah, with my friends, right now I'm on tour. I've been gone for 4 weeks, 3 more weeks. Definitely, as a teenager in high school, I'm like, oh, all my friends are doing this, they're doing that, they're hanging out, they're having their own. They're doing
their own high school thing.
Yeah, and for me, that's honestly not as bad because I know my close friends, they understand. And
they get it.
As soon as I come back, we all hang out. I got to hang out with them a lot right before I left, and they understand. We text all the time.
That's cool.
And for me, they're doing their high school thing. This is my high school thing.
Yeah.
It may not be anyone else's high school thing forever.
This is your high school thing.
Yeah, this is my high school thing nonetheless. So, I've just kind of learned to really just
How wild is that? Your high school thing is going on tour with Demi Lovato.
It's
and being
cool.
the DJ.
Yeah, because...
and being signed to Hollywood Records.
And being signed to Hollywood a year and a half now. It's crazy.
Dude, that's wild.
Time's been flying, honestly. To say my first show was April 30th, 3 years ago.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy because every time I tell a story, like, hey, I started X amount of time ago, it gets longer and longer and longer. And then I realized 4 years is like a quarter of my life.
I literally just had this same on Friday. I'm sitting there with some of your record label people, and we're talking about like old stuff, right? And we're just sitting there, and I go, holy crap! 4.5 years ago, you guys introduced me to Miley Cyrus because we were talking about Miley's career trajectory.
Yeah.
And we're talking about the last tour that she did. And I said, holy crap, 4.5 to now close to 5 years ago. That was like my first major interview that I've ever done.
Yeah.
And that's a long time, dude.
Yeah, it's a long time.
How insane is that?
Yeah, so...
Time flies.
Yeah, you just said it. It's insane. It's really insane. So, I mean, I can't imagine where I'm going to be in 4 years after this, At that point, I will be 21, finally able to walk into a club on my own.
Without an escort.
Without an escort and without getting kicked out. You know how it is. But
Did you inspire the Demi hair? I'm just looking at your hair, and I saw her hair Friday. I was like, it really does kind of look like Demi's hair.
I wish this mic had a camera right here. No.
Talk to me. You did the hair first, I'm guessing.
Yeah, I've had this hair for probably 2 years. I've had dyed hair since like 8th grade, but like definitely this cut for like 2.5, 3 years at this point. Thanks to my stylist, On.
Yeah.
He's awesome. Check him out. Yeah, you know, maybe I inspired her, maybe I didn't. The world will never know. I will never know. I should just ask her. I'll probably just ask her.
You should just ask her.
I just know that day of the show, she just decided to shave it. And I wasn't there when she did it. It was actually the bassist, Steve, who shaved it for her.
Yeah.
I saw the picture on Twitter first, and I was like, oh, I wonder what it's going to look like. And then she came out for sound check.
And it's like, oh, wow, that kind of looks like my hair.
I was just like,
wow, twins,
Yeah.
twins.
Twinning.
How is
exactly.
this tour life going? Like, what's the routine like? Do you sleep on a bus? Do you sleep in a hotel? How often are you traveling?
Sleep on a bus and in a hotel.
Okay, so you have both.
We'll have off days where we'll sleep in a hotel. For instance, today. And most of the time we're sleeping on the bus, you know, traveling from state to state, venue to venue, city to city type of thing.
Cool.
And it's pretty cool, you know. I enjoy it. It's probably because I'm really young, but
yeah.
I think it's really cool, you know, being able to travel and see all these different places. It's really cool to me. The bed's kind of uncomfortable, but
That's
you get
probably
used to
the
it.
worst. Who do you share your bus with?
I share my bus with magician's assistant, and then a lot of the awesome sponsorship people and VIP people, and a lot of people who do like the behind the scenes and like major players in that. And then the guy who does the pyro.
That's awesome.
And his name's Ken, and we call him Confetti because he shoots confetti. So it's like he was made to be that guy.
It was perfect. He was made to shoot confetti.
And we have someone named Thor on our bus, like the son of Odin.
That's
Thor.
awesome.
Yeah.
That's his real name?
His name is Thor.
Was it inspired from the cartoon?
I don't know. I mean, he kind of has like luscious locks, but I mean.
So he does look like Thor.
Yeah, kind of. It's
That's
kind of cool.
interesting.
It's really cool. Yeah, it's awesome.
It's pretty cool. Tell me about your single now. Like, what are you pushing right now? Like, what's currently on your plate?
So right now, I am pushing my new single with Man and Shane 54 and Ruby Odell, the vocalist,
Cool.
If I Fall. That's the name of the single.
Sweet.
And I've been playing that every show on the tour. Been getting a good reception, good feedback on socials, you know, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all that. And right now I'm just really pushing that. We're having some pretty awesome remixes coming out very soon on Beatport and iTunes and all that. And also I'm working on a new single with Beatrice Miller, who is an X Factor contestant.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be pushing that single coming summertime.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So the only radio station's playing your song is BPM right now, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, it's cool for an electronic artist, obviously, because it's
BPM.
Yeah.
But what do you think right now about the current state of like EDM, electronic dance music? Like, I want to get your thoughts on it because we have DJs. We don't have a lot of DJs come in here, but you know we do, and everybody kind of has a different opinion on it because right now it's super mainstream.
Have you had like guys like Zed come in?
No, we've had Tidy come in.
Oh, Tidy, I know Tidy. Yeah.
Yeah, he's so cool. He's a nice dude.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Like they all have different stances on it, right? Because it is so mainstream right now. What are your opinions on it?
You know,
are you that kind of guy who's like, oh, if you don't live the lifestyle, you can't listen to the music, or are you that kind of guy who's everybody's welcome to listening?
I'm the kind of guy who's like, everybody's welcome to listen to anything, you know? Like, you shouldn't be so closed-minded as to say this genre should be only kept for these people. Now, obviously, saying that, there are some people who might make some not-so-good music, and sometimes it's like, that's kind of a bad representation of the scene. But still, that's your taste.
Yeah.
And that's your ideas of music, and music is music, honestly. So,
I'm getting the vibe that you're the kind of guy where it's like, nobody except for the creator isn't really in the position to say what is good in terms of music and what's not good in terms of music. That's kind of the vibe I'm getting off that answer because it's like, I get it. Music, that's good in your opinion. The music you created is music to you, essentially.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, obviously, in your own head, as an artist, or at least mine, I don't know if it's the same with everyone else. I'm pretty sure it is, but you don't want to put out. I mean, if you think you're not going to put it out. But it's like, I think it's kind of cool it's really cool that dance music has really crossed over. I mean, dance music's always been, you know, big on radios. It's dance music. It's what gets you dancing. But this whole electronic scene kind of crossing over, and guys like Zed, guys like Avicii, people like Cruella who are good friends, like, then be able to cross over and then start doing their own shows and like selling out their own shows, aren't at clubs but like venues and everything. I think it's really cool, and it's really just started happening in the U.S. You go to Europe and all these other countries and it's everywhere.
Yeah.
But people here now just experience this sort of electronic music takeover. And notice I'm not saying electronic dance music.
You're saying electronic music.
Yeah, just because it's a taboo word for some reason in the scene. Just because those same exact people who like hate on it now because it's gotten popular or things like that, it's because people, like random people who just get into it, call it EDM.
Yeah.
So it's kind of the people who are purists who are hating on the new fans. Like, EDM, that's not what it really is. It's really this, it's really that.
Exactly.
So I'm just going to stick with electronic music because I think that's honestly the best term because it's made electronically.
And it doesn't necessarily need to be dancey.
Yeah, exactly. You have some really chill, like, vibey stuff like Flume. Like, I don't know if you listen to, like, Flume stuff, but, like...
I heard the new Avicii album, and it's not necessarily, I mean, you know...
Avicii's album's awesome.
It's really cool because it's different.
Yeah, it's definitely a new sort of taste with all the electronic music that's coming out. It's definitely originality and a lot of non-originality.
Is that a struggle for you, too, knowing that now electronic music is so rampant in society? Is it a struggle to stay fresh? Is it a struggle to stay relevant in that sense? Because your competition, I mean, it's not like we're talking like 3 or 4 years ago when it was really just budding, you know?
Yeah.
Is it hard to be different?
Yeah, it really is. And, yeah, that's always a struggle for any artist, not even in this time, but all previous times. And like you said, though, especially now, there's so many electronic artists that are trying to get out there, or that are out there. And you just really want to try to establish your own sound because after a couple of years, you want to be known for something, or you don't want to be known for something.
Exactly.
Because then you get stuck and you get pigeonholed, and you don't want that to happen.
It's a stereotype, and you have to always kind of meet that, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's why, Skrillex, Sonny, more, for those who don't know, he's awesome because, he did the whole dubstep thing, but then he's gone out and ventured into different, like, genres, different tempos, and released different things. And it's really kept him fresh.
Yeah.
And obviously, he could always go back to dubstep because he was, like, the first king of dubstep to really, like, make it popular in, like, the U.S. area.
Yeah.
But if someone else came and tried to do that, and then they just stuck with dubstep, people would think, oh, he's a dubstep artist. That's all he does. If they make something else, they won't like it because that's not who he was originally, quote unquote, right there. So it's like, it's definitely hard. That's why I've tried to definitely produce different types of things from, like, really progressive big room stuff to a lot of the electro house. And even now I'm working on, like, down-tempo, 100 BPM, 90 BPM things as well.
Awesome. Very cool, man.
Thank you.
Dude, you're awesome. Thank you so much for stopping by.
No, yeah, thank you for having me.
Have fun on tour, dude.
Thank you. Yeah, we have
3 more weeks.
3 more weeks, 13 more shows, and in Indiana. And then I literally fly back the next day and head to a Cut Copy concert back in LA.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
How often are you doing your own shows, like at clubs?
Maybe once or twice a month.
Okay.
Yeah. And some months will be like 5 or 6. Some, it's different. It's honestly different. It's hard, obviously, because I'm 17.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's just different.
Well, dude, you have our support. You're freaking awesome, and
thank you for the support.
I sense talent, man. I think you got it.
Yeah, thank you so much.
You're really cool.
I mean, like I said, we'll see how time goes with this, for sure.
You're so humble. It's awesome. Thank you, man.
Thank you.